Matthew. Why? Why? Hey guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka GeekXX Chic, and we're back with another reaction to Daredevil Born Again. We are now on episode 8, which is called Isle of Joy. I can't imagine that they're talking about Manhattan, but anyway, last episode we got the conclusion of the Muse arc, at least we think so. Seemed a bit quick to me, but we'll have to see. But either way, we found out who Muse really was. There was an attack on Matt's girlfriend, Heather, but Heather managed to take care of it after Matt kind of got him engaged in a fight. I have my questions about how Heather was so good at shooting someone in the exact same spot multiple times, but at least that's done with. But Heather is now interfaced with Matt as Daredevil, and I have a sneaking suspicion that she might have figured out, who he is if she didn't know already. And outside of that, we see that Fisk has also kind of backslid into all of his old habits. He had one of the people who is messing up his peer project taken out, and it looks like him and Vanessa might be back on the same page now, because I think she's always wanted him to go back to being the old Fisk. So that's kind of where we ended things. Ready to jump into this episode, so let's do that. But just before I do, a reminder that if you'd like to be in the know of when I drop episodes, please go ahead, hit that subscribe button, as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. Why is it so blue? Matt's official color is red.
Usually we collect this stuff, but they don't let this fucker keep anything, so looks like we're traveling light today. Hands up.
Wait, why is he leaving? Did he get a commuted sentence?
Which one are you, Poindexter?
I'm not supposed to be here.
Right.
You sure?
Hear that all the time.
You kind of killed someone.
I'm supposed to.
Welcome to Gen Pop, Agent Poindexter.
Oh, you pissed off a lot of people and you tied him up. Something tells me he's still gonna survive it, but he's gonna be real pissed. Who's trying to get him killed? I would have thought that maybe Fisk would try to recruit him, but can you really recruit a psychopath? Wait, I think in the comics they worked together, didn't they? At some point? I mean, they both hate Daredevil, so.
I know that I haven't properly acknowledged all that you've done.
Probably.
I know that.
But
That's why it's so hard to understand why you'd throw it all away.
Transform, not throw it away. I brought you here for something else. Come with me.
just show him his battered lover.
Violence, it just transfers from Daredevil to Muse to me.
I'm sure you can.
They're just these underdeveloped boys
Ooh.
hiding behind masks, trying to make it look like something more
Did
sophisticated.
Daredevil not save your life?
Muse tried to kill you. Daredevil saved you.
I saved me.
That's kind of true, but with Daredevil's help.
Can we get that?
No, I'll get it.
He didn't hear that.
Morning, Mr. Murdoch. Is Dr. Glenn here?
Oh, blowing up her spot. Wait, does he know that that's his right-hand man? Maybe he doesn't, now that I think about it. He would only know him by smell. Oh, he is bringing her to the murder dungeon. She's gonna be so turned on.
I promised you I wouldn't kill him.
Oh,
I kept
thanks.
my promise.
I shouldn't be here.
Well, now he has to die. She know that, and that's exactly why you brought her down here.
She's right.
What part of
Both
shut
of you.
up are you not understanding, bro?
Shut up!
Right? Like, just...
I see his hands. It's unbearable.
Yeah, you brought up the hands.
The mayor wanted me to deliver this to you personally.
And how did you know I'd be here?
Hold on a second. How did you or Mayor Fisk know she was staying here?
Thank you.
The mayor cares deeply about this city and its citizens.
He's watching you.
Have a good day, Councillor.
That was for you too, Matt. He wanted to let you know he's got your girl.
Please. Just let me go.
Oh my God, this twisted hoe is gonna leave him in there. She's gonna leave him in there.
If he's in your life, he is in our life. And that is not good.
He is the mayor. He is in everybody's life.
Please.
Interesting justification, but she's not wrong. Bro,
I won't say anything.
at this point you have to die. Like,
I didn't mean for any of this to happen.
she's gonna kill you because you just won't stop.
If his narrative is that vigilantes are dangerous, then he's got
Heather,
my vote.
you must see he's trying to use you.
Well, Score one for Fisk. He broke them up. I knew that was happening. That was a mercy. Sadly. Y'all gonna just have sex in front of his body now? Sorry, man. That's why you shouldn't be with married people. Take this as a life lesson, folks. You never know who they're married to.
There's something else. Poindexter.
Oh, right.
He was moved from protective custody 2 days ago and released into Gen Pop.
He is definitely gonna escape.
The reason my friend called is that Poindexter wants to talk
To you.
with you.
Ha! He wants to get out of jail. Bet she's gonna tell you who hired him.
Do we know who moved him?
That's a
I
good
knew you were
question.
gonna ask me that.
Tell me.
Mayor Fisk.
Knew it. Did that to say screw you, Matty. He did tell you he was gonna mess with you if you put the suit back on.
The ACLU is filing 13 different lawsuits over their excessive methods.
Excessive methods work.
I hope you believe that when Matt starts beating your ass again.
I think you can do more. A lot more.
On your knees.
Daniel's the future of this city. Why would we stand in the way of it?
I swear.
Ma'am, you have sense. You can't talk to a narcissist like
I
this.
will work night and day for you. Sir, I will burn.
God. Okay, bye. I'd throw up right there on his shoes.
Vanessa checked. This is actually Fiorella LaGuardia's desk.
Yeah, why did you ask her in the first place and not me?
This whole thing is not my fault.
Lying.
It means it is against the law for my partner and I to put a client on the stand when we know they are lying. Would you let us know when you want to make a plea deal?
Let him know.
You're late to meetings. You're insulting our client.
Insulting how?
I mean, I barely
It's the truth.
Leroy Bradford goes away for eating a box of caramel corn. Heather's assaulted by Muse, and she thinks Fisk is right. And now this asshole, this privileged sociopath can get away with ripping off.
He's not wrong.
This, us, what we do, it feels useless.
AKA the system is flawed. But she did not come to the law firm to, take cases and then drop them and then get her reputation ruined, to be fair.
Just gonna stand out there like a hobo, Matt? Or are you gonna come in, have a drink?
Oh, it's the bar. Has he even been back? Oh my gosh, the window's still all smashed up.
May always remember to forget the things that make you sad. But never forget to remember the things that make you glad.
She's always got a little rhyme for everything. It's cute.
You know, he moved Poindexter into general population.
Now that's a death sentence.
Is it? That man can kill anyone with anything.
You have to accept that Poindexter was just trying to settle an old
With who?
score with Foggy and Karen and you.
Jerry, I'm telling you, there's more to it.
I think so too.
What do you need, Matt? You need more pain?
It's kind of his thing. Gets off on it just a little.
Yeah, but he wasn't drinking on Melvin's.
Yeah. Fitting, because he was the last customer to order.
Why? What is it about the drink? Oh, Melvin is.
He knew, Foggy knew the night he died, he knew he was going to win. His case with dumb betting. Gotta go.
Brain's working.
He didn't use his cane.
That's so sloppy. Bro, you're going to give yourself up in no time. Well, no one would ever think it's Daredevil. Most people don't realize Daredevil's blind.
You hear that?
Great.
Outside.
Monologuer, of course.
That is the roar of the jungle, counselor.
You did it for Fisk, didn't you?
Another night in here, I might never be able to answer that for you.
Oh, sweetheart, what do you want? What do you want me to do? You want me to get you out? You want me to
Sweetheart, Matthew! I kind of like it.
Because that's what good men do, right? Defend their worst enemies.
No. You must think this is a DC comic, bro.
But I need to be outside.
I don't trust you for a second.
I'm not lying.
Wow. Counselor?
He started smashing his face against the table.
Matthew!
Thank you, counselor.
Fuck you!
But he knew he got under your skin, though. You should have known you would do it, Matt. You should have known you would do it, but it also might have given him... Maybe he didn't know Matt was Daredevil, and now he knows. He definitely got some... Wait, he was... Do you think he got something from Matt? I don't think so. I don't think it was close enough.
Not that I'm against you making deputy mayor. I just think it's premature.
He's not going to listen to you. He's a Giga Chad.
I don't know, I was really worried about us and whether we were going to be on the same side or not.
He's about to say something really rude. Get used to it.
I'm not worried so much anymore. I gotta go talk to someone.
Yeah, you're getting iced out, Sheila. If you haven't figured it out.
Somehow, I am on the inside of this thing.
It's because you've got Fisk's dick so far down your throat.
How dope is this place?
I don't know. I've never been anywhere like it before.
Phoebe, I'm gonna need you to get a little self-respect, ma'am. Don't talk to this man anymore.
What a mess. Is everything all right?
Oh, yes, yes.
She's acting hella weird.
I have to go.
Fisk threatened people. He absolutely threatened people. Something tells me you didn't get threatened.
If you weren't gonna come, I get it, but you could have at least given me a heads up.
It's the way she's like, yeah, you should come to this thing for this man that you clearly hate because I asked you to. The dress is top tier though, Vanessa. Her wardrobe this season has actually been on point.
Stitch and match you do it.
Oh, you left him. Oh, that's why he thanked you, Matt. You dummy. He's about to break out because you left him with the weapon. What's he got in his mouth? Well, he's getting out. What'd the doctor do? Damn it, Matt. And you're going to be so pissed when you realize you're the one who got him out.
Are you alone? Well, it wasn't supposed to be.
Let me introduce you to somebody who's as creepy as we are.
In a heartbeat, it sounds like we should.
See? Look how easy that is. Matthew, go find Electra. Immediately. Oh, wow. He's just going to sneak right on the prison bus, huh? No one's checking the guards? Despite the fact the man has a giant scar on his face.
I look forward to continuing our work.
I think they're done.
I think we've worked it out.
Yeah. We're back to being crazy together. Matthew, Matthew, Matthew. This is not the time or the place to pick that fight. Every one of Fisk's goons is here tonight.
It's a pleasure.
Matthew, you are being very careless right now. You literally played right into Fisk's hands.
Turns out you're not the only one wearing Chanel number 5.
Fake laugh.
You have been checking out on me, disappearing physically and emotionally.
Mr. Mayor. Thank you so
He's not even checking. Sorry. She's talking about him checking out and he's literally tuned into another conversation.
Oh my God, you're not even listening to me. What did I say?
Matthew! Exactly what I just say.
Underestimated.
And then you underestimate your ability to threaten?
How much can I count on you for?
Oh, he's not even asking, really.
You are aware of of the rumors that surround you.
What rumors would
Shall
that
I
be?
call you swordsman, the vigilante?
Ah. You don't have a sword here right now, though, bro. Careful. The height difference.
Yet still probable cause for visit from my task force.
Who you dispatch?
No, of course not.
It's
It's merely
a warning, right? Your words right back at you. What happened? Who are you? Why?
Look, I know my rights.
Oh, yeah.
You think you have rights with these bullies? That's cute.
No, this isn't so.
That's how they feel about you, bro.
Because in case you haven't noticed, I don't answer to you anymore.
This is what you...
Bullies.
See that? That's power.
Ew.
There's 500
It's
people.
disgusting.
Or total corruption.
Exactly.
Why do you do that?
Tell the truth?
I'm just gonna hit the ladies' room and I'll meet you at the bar.
Leave, BB. Leave now. The man's disgusting. I use the term man loosely,
I read your piece on the music.
which was lies.
When did you become Fisk's Minister
Right?
of Propaganda?
Clock her. Not giving you nothing.
Do you know that Wilson Fisk was the
Let her
main
know.
suspect in your uncle's murder?
She needs to know.
Yeah,
Okay.
I did.
And you're still barking up this tree?
Not everything I write is under my name. Some of that puts a dent in that prick's white armor. There's an email on this card.
Why would you hand him a card there? You're being watched.
I have files on every crook with a badge that Fisk calls his task force.
I would really like to take a look at this sweatshirt.
You guys have been talking for too long.
I have to get back to work.
Fake smile in place. I hope no one saw him take that card. I feel like that commissioner's not making it to the end of the season.
You know what? Why don't we go find out? Come on.
What are you gonna do?
Matt, you're being so sloppy.
That's acting out, Matt.
And mental health is knowing when and where to do it.
Oh, listen.
Damn, Matt. Woo! Sassy Matt's fun. You'd think him and Frank were besties. Yeah, rubbing that sick sausage pasta, huh? Yeah, this is... Oh, you scared though. You scared though, Fisk. You scared though.
Darling,
I saw how you reached.
time for us to take the first dance.
Oh, your girl saved you. I saw you grabbed onto your guard. You know Matt whooped your ass one time too many. My sister girl, why are you working this gig? Just go home, Matthew. You need to calm down and regroup. This man is running circles around you right now, and it's a bit embarrassing. Wait, do you think Poindexter would come here?
You're gonna have to lead.
Matthew. She's down so bad.
Told you there'd be consequences.
Hmm.
Please just tell me he's dead.
No.
Nope. He escaped. And he doesn't miss. So you're the one who got him released? Are you trying to take out Fisk? Kind of like it. There he is. He's either going for Matt or Fisk or both. Who cares? Either way, I like the idea that Fisk might get hurt tonight. Kind of over him. But I'm mad at Matt for being so sloppy. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, he probably doesn't want to be seen.
Thank you, Buck. Try not to draw too much attention.
You mean with that giant spotlight on the both of y'all? I was saying, I know in some of the comics that Vanessa dies.
Not here, not now.
Oh, her heart's going nuts.
He was away. She was sure it was her. She did it.
Yep.
What are you doing?
Getting out of the light.
I'm so sorry. What if I cut in?
Oh, Maddie! Oh my God!
Your boyfriend seems a little overly exercised this evening.
So nervous. Who is he aiming for? That's the... Oh, he's got a rifle. What did he has a fork for? Is it just for fun? Oh. Oh, never mind. I asked too soon. You wouldn't shoot a blind man, would you?
What about your husband? Does he know?
He doesn't.
Does he know you had Foggy killed?
Does Heather know you're Daredevil?
Have you ever wondered why Mr.
Maddie's the only one who ain't gonna get shot today. You could just be quiet, Matt. You could just be quiet. Why, Matthew? Why? Why? He survived a bullet to the head. Really, bro? One shot? That's it? Oh, not the red light. Y'all too symbolic on this show. Not the heartbeat ending the episode too. Oh my Lord. Wow. Matthew! What the hell, bro? What the hell? Did you save him because he didn't go after Foggy? Like, all right, no, he's a hero. He doesn't want people to die. He doesn't. Oh, you frustrate me, Matthew. You frustrate me. I know. It'd be no fun if Fisk went down like that. Plus, if I know him, that's the other thing. Maybe he doesn't do it anymore, but remember in the Netflix show, Fisk used to wear bulletproof stuff all the time. I wonder if he went back to that, if he's back to his old ways. But anyway, we'll see what happens. Matt being, well, I mean, it's going to take him off the streets for a while because that looks like it was pretty much point blank. But he's not, I don't think so, though. Matt wasn't quite 100%, chest in front of Fisk. I think it's here, precarious position either way. But I ain't gonna forget the fact that Fisk left you there after you saved his life, bro. All right, well, that was an interesting episode. We had a little bit more of the cerebral side of things where, I mean, obviously Heather and Matthew having issues. At this point in time, I guess she doesn't know who Matt is. But, she knows that Matt's lying to her. She knows he's keeping something, and mostly because he's been a basket case for a while. But it's interesting to me, actually, maybe not interesting, annoying, I'd say more than anything else, that Matt is allowing himself to be baited like this. Like, Maybe he's forgotten about his conversation with Fisk in the diner. Maybe he thought that Fisk was too wrapped up in his mayor stuff, but he should have known that all of this, with the sending the invitation to his house, to the, things happening at his law firm, like all this stuff that's going on, this is all to mess with Matt. Although now we know that the releasing of Poindexter into Gen Pop was not him. That was Vanessa. But coming back, he had to know. He had to know that this is just Fisk reacting to the fact that he's back in the suit, and he knows that Fisk knows. So I'm just sad that he's letting it get to him, but we know it's not just Fisk. It's the culmination of Fisk, of all the things that he told, what's his partner's name again? Everything he told her in the office, right? When she was kind of like, what's going on with you? Why are you telling off our clients? Although that client in particular deserved it, honestly. But when he said to her, like, the system isn't working, right? He's like, look at all these things that have happened. He's like, the system that I'm trying to fight for, the completely honest, non-vigilante way, none of it's working. Nothing is working the way it's supposed to, and it's really getting to me. And then, of course, having Fisk, this person he knows is corrupt. This person he knows is a felon. This person that he knows is a criminal. This person that he knows is still running his shady underground enterprises, is currently walking around like some angel of light, pulling the wool over people's eyes, although some people already know that he's dirty, but just choose that it's not there, or trying to focus on the two good things that he did. It's like, it was just too much. The culmination of it, because Matt is, of course, also repressing the crap out of his anger, and you just mix into that whole bag of emotions that he's still grieving Foggy, and he hasn't really fully dealt with that, and his anger and grief over that. Yeah, it's a mess. Matt is a whole mess. He is absolutely a powder keg waiting to go off. Like, every time he's fought, with the exception of the first episode, every time that he's fought, he has screamed. And I mean, listen, I think it's cool, but honestly, if we get into like the nitty gritty of it, it's not just because he's got his adrenaline rush from fighting. I genuinely think it's because his emotions come rushing, the bubbling pot that's just, it's like a pressure cooker. It's like a pressure cooker that's valve just keeps getting, lifted a little bit every time he fights, and he doesn't quite get it all out, but it's enough to relieve just a little bit of pressure until the next time he's about to explode. And tonight, he was back to being ready to explode. Between going to see Poindexter, which unfortunately, I gotta agree with Heather, was not an emotionally stable thing for him to do, because he hasn't dealt with his grief. If he had already dealt with his stuff about Foggy, that would have been a lot better. But because he was still angry, and honestly, all he really wanted to do was smash his head into the table 5 times, that is the only reason that he went. But I'm wondering, did Poindexter really just call him, is it maybe threefold? Like, one, did he know that Matt would lose it and hope that Matt would give him something so he could use it as a way to break out? Was it just to maybe see or test his theory on who Matt is? But I don't think he's that observant. But we don't know. He's obviously not completely dumb. But yeah, either he knew he was going to get Matt angry enough to do something stupid, which happened, to torment Matt. But again, he didn't seem like the type. Like, if he really wanted to torment Matt, he probably would have asked for him before that. But I'm thinking it's either that, like, either he was trying to get a rise out of him, trying to test a theory on who he thought Matt might possibly be. But there is a teeny tiny possibility that he wanted to trade information and let Matt know that it wasn't Fisk who hired him. And then maybe dangle the carrot of telling him who it really was if he helped him, because he knows that Matt is a very good lawyer at getting people who are in very precarious positions off. So I don't know. We'll never know, though, because Matt lost his temper. And it's funny to me. You'd think Poindexter would have thought of smashing his own head and knocking out his own tooth before this, but I guess he wouldn't have had an opportunity. No, he would have taken him to the infirmary anyway. Anyway, maybe the idea just came to him because that happened. But either way, Matt doing that was just not the right thing to do, because of course it's brought the grief over Foggy, which he hasn't dealt with, back to the surface, and it just made him raw. And the fact that he figured out that, everything was coordinated, that, again, everyone thought Poindexter just went on a rampage, but now we know he was hired. But yeah, him not realizing, like, again, the fact that he was just going to go and confront Fisk at his big party, I'm like, Matthew, like, that is probably the most unhinged thing that Matt has done thus far, right? Even with all the things he's done as Daredevil, this is definitely the most careless, reckless, and almost completely insane thing that he's ever done. Like, what were you going to do, Matt? What were you going to do? Like, yeah, you probably could kick Fisk's ass again. Although, in fairness, in the Daredevil show, when Matt did beat him, it was always within an inch. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he beat him easily. Fisk usually beat him damn near to a pulp before he got to that point. And we already saw this season that Fisk has not lost his touch when it comes to those brutal beatdowns. But, like, what was he planning to do? He knew Fisk's goons were in there. He's good, but he's not that good. They would have just put him down, right? So it was, like I said, just the most reckless we've seen Matt. But again, this is just, Heather was absolutely right when she said that you're not okay, bro. Like, you're actually scaring me because you're all over. You're scattered. Like, I can feel chaotic energy coming from you, and it's nothing good can come from this. Even if he wanted to expose Fisk, even if he wanted to get to him, this was not the way to do it. And I think that's what bothers me about Matt, is that I wish he was more methodical. Like, he can be, but this was just a purely emotional reaction. And again, I know that the main reason is because this was definitely the perfect storm of nonsense, but yeah, it was frustrating to see him just kind of literally walk like a blind man, right? He's not your typical blind man, but this episode, he was like a blind man stumbling through a glass shop, just breaking things, being sloppy, chaotic, hurting himself in the process. And he knows better than this. Like, he needs a grounding person so bad, and Heather's not it, right? Because Heather, I mean, sorry, girl. I know you love him and everything, but you are just a bed warmer for Matt. I'm going to be real with you. Like, we know what Matt looks like when he's really down bad for someone, and you're not it. Sorry, honey. You are a placeholder. You are a distraction. He needs somebody. And I mean, I don't like him and Karen at all. Like, that was never a ship that I was down for, but that is someone, though, who could probably ground him. So I don't know. Maybe it's going to take a call. I don't know if she'll come, though. She kind of let him know that she's not happy with him, but maybe if she hears that she probably will come for sure now that he's shot, now that I think about it. So she might be the force that he needs to get him to at least think this through, right? Someone, where Fisk is now, he's even more difficult to get to than he was when he was just the Kingpin. So he's got to be smarter about this. He's got to move smarter. And I know he's not going to go to Fisk's lengths. Like, he could definitely find ways to get to Fisk. Like, he could get Vanessa like that if he really wanted to. But the fact that he even went to her, though, and talked to her, right? Matt really could have, like, he could have definitely ended it there if Poindexter hadn't interrupted. Because if her biggest comeback to Matt is, oh, Heather doesn't know you're Daredevil, like, that's the worst you got, ma'am. Right? Like, I mean, obviously Matt didn't want her to know, but it's not like, he's like, yeah, but so you know that I'm Daredevil. That cop over there probably figured it out. All my friends know. Like, anyone who Matt cares about knows he's Daredevil, right? He doesn't care. That was not the biggest worry of his life at that point. But clearly, Vanessa was terrified of Fisk finding out that she'd been the one to kick off this whole series of events. Because the thing about Fisk is that, I will give him this, Fisk is not the kind of man who typically hides behind, people running to do his dirty work. You know what I'm saying? And particularly at the time she sent somebody after Foggy, Matt and Fisk had been at they'd come to a stalemate. Let's put it that way, right? If you remember, if we're going by the events that happened in the Netflix show, Matt and Fisk they don't like each other, but they weren't beefing. There was no reason for either of them to interfere in each other's worlds. So her doing that, effectively doing something that would be unforgivable for Matt, Fisk would not have been behind that unless Matt was doing something so bad or did something to him that was like beyond repair bad. So yeah, Vanessa knows she messed up with that one. And I think she knows she messed up because it was supposed to be, I think he was supposed to take out Foggy. I think he was supposed to take out Karen. I think there was supposed to be like no one left. It was supposed to be a clean sweep and it didn't work out that way. So anyway, it'll be interesting to see what happens now, because now that Matt's down, that's when she's got time to either tell Fisk the truth or find a way to massage things so that it'll look like Matt's lying if he does tell him the truth. But it's an interesting development. I'm liking seeing that this subplot that's happening with Vanessa and what she's been up to when Fisk was away, and the fact that even now that she's kind of playing nice with Fisk again, things still don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Things still don't, even though she killing Adam was actually a mercy. Let's be real. Adam needed to go because Fisk was going to beat on that ass for God knows how long. So even though, yeah, it sucks that he died, but it was a mercy for her to take him out. And the way she looked before she did it, I genuinely think she chose that. Because she knew if she let him go, that Fisk was just going to find him again and do it again. I really don't think she did that to like show Fisk that she was with him. I think it was to let Adam go. But also, like, you heard her say, like, the look on her face when the conversation before she saw Adam, and he was like, oh, I know I haven't really acknowledged what you've done, but you know, it's cool or whatever, but like, I'm transforming it all, right? And her face, again, her body language, her face said she still doesn't agree with this whole plan that Fisk is doing right now. She doesn't like being second fiddle to him. Because even in that whole thing in the ballroom when he threatened the swordsman and everything else, like, that's all things he's doing where, again, he's expecting Vanessa to just be the pretty arm piece, and that's not what she wants. So, you know, I think that it's, as I said, Vanessa is still plotting, knowing now that Fisk's right-hand man is actually working for her. Like, there's still plots happening right now, and I think the reason that's probably the real reason she didn't want Matt to tell him. Because, you know, even though I said like Fisk wouldn't like the fact that she did that, like more so because like she did it without his permission, he would get over it, right? It wasn't like he's attached to Foggy, right? He wouldn't have been like, okay, whatever. But now that I'm thinking about it, the real reason she doesn't want him to know is because he's going to realize that she's doing a lot more than running the business without him. And she's keeping secrets, right? He'll catch on to the fact that she's plotting, is my point. I think that's her biggest fear, is that if Matt drops that piece of knowledge on him, Fisk will eventually get to the conclusion that she's actually still running shit and probably plotting to overthrow him at some point, potentially. Right? And she doesn't want that, right? You can't take down a man like Fisk without a perfectly set trap. So, and I like it if that's the case, because Vanessa, girl, if that's the case, I mean, you might have lost it all now, but I would have been impressed. I would have been impressed if by the end of the season you had your foot on Wilson's neck. I'm just saying. But yeah, so that's a very interesting development there. And yeah, Matt figuring it out and then trying to like call her on it. Like, again, all of that was very messy and sloppy of Matt, but I get it. He is very emotional right now. And then again, him deciding to take the bullet for Fisk is a very interesting decision, but maybe it's because he didn't want Fisk to go down for what Vanessa did. Maybe that's why. I don't know. Their relationship is very weird, but I don't know. Call me petty, but I would have let the bullet fly. I would let it fly. If that man's already survived a bullet to the head, I'm fairly certain he could have survived that one. But, I mean, maybe not. Bullseye never misses. And he did use a very big shotgun. Maybe not. Anyway, that was basically the whole episode outside of, Giga Chad moving up in Fisk's organization because Fisk likes dumb, loyal people. I'm hoping Sheila figures out she needs to maybe quit, because it's not going to be a safe environment for her. Not for much longer. Like, she needs to know Giga Chad is, I don't trust men like him. BB, still working the case. We see now, I wasn't sure if she knew about the fact that Fisk was the one who took out her uncle. I'm glad that she does know. She's playing a very dangerous game, though. You know, she's trying her best here, but she's definitely a little too close to the beast, in my opinion. But, you know, she's young, and, you know, you do those kind of risky things when you don't know better. But anyway, her and the commissioner could be a good matchup for at least starting to, because listen, the reality is people are liking Fisk for now, but if they see enough, if they get enough dirt, there's a lot of people who are just waiting for him to mess up, if that makes sense. And so if she can do the right things and get the right stuff in, you know, out on the media, and more importantly, get video, because I mean, print is one thing, but if she can actually get footage of him in some way, shape, or form, I think that could definitely be the start, because we all know that Fisk is much like Matt. He's 2 steps away from a spiral any given day too. So, you know, she gets the right thing and causes him to spiral out. That'll be enough. But yeah, there's a lot of plots within plots and schemes within schemes happening this episode. And I do wonder what's going to happen now, because Bullseye looked genuinely shocked that Matt took that bullet. So I'm wondering what's going to happen now, where the plot's going to go, what Bullseye's even going to do. Because yeah, like, is he trying to take out Fisk? Does he want to take out Vanessa? Does he want to take out Matt? Does he want to take them all out? Like, I'm very curious about what his plot and plans are too. So yeah, another good episode, definitely getting thicker. The web is definitely being spun. And I have new questions about Foggy and his death now as well. Definitely have my questions, that's for sure. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed watching along with me. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.